Our main goal here is to grow, help people grow, get out information, and somewhere down the line, we make it too. Every day, the black people are losing. You see people walking around, they happy, they smiling, they doing this or that. It's just like, and I just use myself as an example. I sat right there. Putting together this podcast was 3 years in my mind.
Damn.
Not 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years.
It's happening.
Exactly.
Sounds like what you did.
So when you lollygagging around and all them, they think of this and this and this. Like I say, the one that's quiet is the one that's dangerous. You might be sitting there or whatever, everybody doing this, and I just be sitting, or might just be laid back, and I'll wake up and they like, yeah, the podcast, Jimmy's podcast. He made $2 million last year. He's our guest today. I'm like, he made $2 million talking about bull. So then now the thought comes.
That's how I thought for my YouTube also.
Yeah. So now I'm looking at different things. What did he say? Yeah, for 3 years. And then now when it come up one day you wake up and then you say, all right, we sitting there powwowing. Hey man, what do you thought about a podcast? I had it on my mind, this and that. I said, you do that? I said, we're gonna do one, dog. But then every day, actually, he was first because I was like, when he told me about the YouTube and I saw his thing on, I was looking at it, I said, oh, that's all right, bro. Then, asked me some stuff and we passed the word. Then one day I came up and I said,
do a podcast.
Okay. And I said, hey, man, where my money at, man? That's what I was telling him. And then, so as I sit down at home, what he was doing, I put it right there. And I said, hey, look, come here for a minute. Where my money at, man? And then I told him in my exact words, listen, everything that you got right there, I can make you a millionaire. And here we are. And then I see you. You say, shit, I research and look at this and look at this. I research everything. Now, go home. As you research everything, listen, I'm going to do this, and this, and you research this and that. Oh, I'm with it, yeah. And then here we go. So the bottom line is, you got a bunch of blacks that's happy with what they're doing in your life, and I don't knock that at all. Right. But every single day, sometimes I had knee surgeries, this and that thing hurts, but the brain, it's always going. So I'm sitting there like, shoot, man, my legs hurt, peak season, workers like dogs. I'm here because I want to be here, I have to be here, so fine, I ain't gonna complain about it. But I'm gonna get some residual income, and then it'll be mine, my baby, this and that, and I won't have to come, and you ain't gotta hear me argue because I ain't gonna be here. So write it down, and then we go. Yeah. And like I say, 3 years. Sure. How many people put anything together? It's just like by the time
thinking about it over and over and never do it.
People think about stuff and then they on their deathbed. I should have done this.
Yeah,
I should have called Tion and did this.
They're more like bickering. They put their self doubt. See, I told you, like, you gotta watch out. I've been around people like that. I've been around people like my life, like it's like me. I go to places I probably went everywhere. Not just about I can just research it. Like majority of my youth, I actually damn near stayed in different states and stuff and did different things. So it was like I was more active too. So I had a more active life. So it was like me kicking something to somebody that haven't went nowhere, but I was in the same, the same predicament as like the same playing field or the same environment, It all depends who you're around, because certain people be like, you ain't do this.
Oh, definitely.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you ain't do this, but
this is mean everything.
Right. Yeah, this round, like I can just say, hey, I did this. I went here by myself, and it's like it's the same environment. I actually went to I lived in West Virginia in the cold mountains, but also lived in Maryland. I've been in Baltimore by myself. That's the hey, between Baltimore and Camden, Jersey, that's the trenches. Like super trenched out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can be able to say I did that. I actually had fun when I was young too. Not just, you know what I'm saying? I actually had real fun. I do canoeing. I know how to kayak. I do ropes
So,
course.
how many people now at that
Man, you ain't
age young can say they having fun?
and grew up in and grew up in a crazy environment. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's when you look at it, like how I look at it is like the people that's around you, your environment, and the people that you flock around can be also this. That's who you are too. You know what I'm saying? It can be it can cost you long term.
You are who you
hang around with.
Who you hang around and or you are what you draw.
Yeah.
So if you like say like you go out next time we go out to restaurants or something like that, take a minute and look around at all the tables.
I just went yesterday.
look at the people. You can tell people that's dying. Not literally, but they're alive. They're just, you know, we both worked a long time. You got a nice house. We did it. Then you see somebody else over there like, what? No, hey, look. Yeah. And you be like, and you see them, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's my wife for 40 years. I'm like, damn, y'all super happy.
Yeah. I meet, and you're right. And I meet couples like that. And I meet like your age, like they be like 40. Now they be like 54, 55, 53, 64.
Yeah, you remember that conversation we had that one time at the break room, which, you know, I ain't gonna say no name, but I was telling these people, I was like, listen, man, you gotta stop procrastinating, going through this. You sitting there like you dying, bro.
Oh, dang.
I mean, I'm just period, because I mean, we all have our bad days, no doubt about it. It can't rain every day.
Oh, no.
But the whole point of it is, it's like, man, you looking like, you're supposed to, life is a blessing if you believe in Christ.
Yeah, it is.
It's a blessing. I'm giving you life. You don't got to pay for it. You ain't got to work 5 jobs. Just say thank you and enjoy. And it says in the book of Romans, chapter 12, God said, enjoy life. He didn't say, here, yo, you with this life, go work the job, pay me $500 a month. Enjoy. But a lot of people got life and they're like, it's beating you to death. How's a blessing beating you to death? How are you walking around like God is good to me? Where? That's how we lose a lot of people with, I mean, I hate to jump on some different religion, but going back to the black race, if we talk about that with the black church, apostasy is in the church. Basically, apostasy is fading off. Nobody's going. Nobody listening. Nobody wants to hear it. Because if your life is crap, I can tell a person from their conversation, and sometimes I might throw a question in there just to see. If you walk around there, plus real recognize real anyway.
Yeah.
So basically, when you come and you like, man, you know, God is good. God does. God. But then I look and I said, in the same breath, 30 minutes ago, you like, man, life's a bitch. I ain't got this. I'm behind all my bills.
I try to stay away from people like that.
But the point I'm saying is, you're speaking that stuff in existence. And then you're trying to be something that you're not. I mean, so yeah, you're basically what you said. Sometimes you can get around, you can tell when people are doing okay. You ain't gotta be rich, whatever, but you can tell that people are doing okay. And the only one that you're gonna draw is somebody else that's doing okay, or if not better. Because there's a few people with the heard about the podcast, like, listen, call me. I want to this, whatever. Why? He don't know me. Because he know that I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah. Because people can tell. People can like look at you. People can off the rip. I'm telling you, even at no matter where I'm at, it can be a job, it can be people can sense, even the special need people, they can sense. So like people can sense your energy. People can sense who you are. Like for real. Even from any ethnic group, from Indian, like people from India, they can sense it. You know what I'm saying? Like people can tell, like it's you don't even have to fake. Like especially with me, I don't even have to fake who I am.
It's like a quote. I heard a quote before. It was like, you got fame and you got notoriety. Fame is essentially people knowing you. Notoriety is people knowing your worth. Right. Yeah. So this is something that's going to be notarized. Like this is a podcast that people is going to know, want to see, want to.
Exactly. And then, like I say, I'm good at reading people. One thing, to God be the glory. I don't want to take it from him. He gave me the ability to be able to read people and do this and that. It ain't easy. Most of them, all the podcasts you see, guys grew up together. Mace Cameron grew up together. This and that had the differences, but you don't see nobody that would be on there that I've seen. That's just random. Coalition. They knew this person and they started it. They talked about that.
Yeah.
When they pop up on there, like the NBA players, Gilbert Arenas and all them, they all played ball together, open gym, hung out together, and I'm sure they said, let's do this. So I use that as the point, like, y'all could have said, well, I ain't podcast, whatever. Well, Sundays, I'm just fishing on Sundays or whatever could be. But we here.
Well, I mean, you gotta make sacrifices though. That's the thing.
See, but the point of it is that I know from talking to y'all what y'all doing. You got families. So basically my goals is damn near, we got different goals, but our main goal here is to grow, help people grow, get out information. And somewhere down the line, we make it too. Reap something from it. So I knew this from conversation and what y'all already doing. But somebody else without the same gumption or gut feeling or whatever, like you say, a lot of people want to do stuff and don't do it. A lot of people don't want to take their chances. You either take a chance or not. If I want to jump off the roof and that's what I want to do, I'm going to do it. Now, if I fall and break my leg, then I'm like, all right, I wanted to do it, broke my leg. That was stupid or whatever. But the whole point of it is, I did it. I might jump down and make it. A lot of people ain't going to do it. And the black race has settled. They basically settled to whatever's being offered. Whatever damage the government doing, whatever's being said. You say something about if somebody says something about, he going to send out stimulus checks. Everybody looking for it.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's so easy. If we was all crooks, it's so easy to rob people blind because they fall for every damn thing and complain later after the damage is done.
That's the one thing I actually to get on that point too. I actually asked my mom this question too, and this also like goes to a point to where I asked my mom. I said, if a crisis happened in this world, who would you like? My mom wouldn't matter. Like, there, when I come to you anyway, and then from my background, I'm a former AmeriCorps alumnus, disaster deployment. So what that is, that's like if we might have tornadoes, like the whole city of Richmond be devastated, and you like debris and everything, first responders. I'm one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like chainsaw and falling trees. I'm one of those guys. That's what my like any disaster happen. You know what I'm saying? Like an EMP can hit United States. Hope God forbid it don't. I'm just saying survival and everything. I'm one of the people. And then like I remember one of my friends hit me up like years back. He was like, during pandemic, you know what I'm saying? It was just so crazy. Like us, it's like 7 of us, but I got in contact with like 4 of us. It was like, hey, if shit come hit the fan, we banded together again like we did back in when we was in Massachusetts. Like I did AmeriCorps Injury Procedure for like 2 years. So like the first group corps was the best one because I actually traveled through all the United States, and when New York had that big flood, I was there. No, that was Vermont. Vermont had that flood. Massachusetts had them 4 tornadoes and everything. Like I was there, and that earthquake thing, and I went to Maryland and we had to do the sandbagging. So with that saying, you know what I'm saying? Like I put myself through the test. So it's like, hey, it's like once you show yourself in those time needs like I did when I was young, I was number 18, 19 going on 22. So I was like, these people older than me, like these people that was in my group, they was number white people, but they came from different backgrounds. So it was like I was one of the ones they called, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, we the same team assembled, we was like gonna be adventures, like, yeah, we gonna come together again. Like that's how strong it is. Like if somebody had to contact, if someone was gonna hit the fan and they come to you, even like this, how you know it's been tested. Like, hey, I don't care. Like long as we come together, right or wrong, long as we going somewhere, you got to travel throughout the unknown. And that's one thing I learned when I was young. And I got out that phase of a slave, that, like you say, that slave mentality. Because I think is with black people too, is people scared of dying. Some majority of blacks never accept death. That's the most critical thing, because they can't see beyond the realm. They only see in this realm. So that's the trickle psychology, that the psychology level of a black person brain. And that's what's wrong with, I say that's one of the reasons wrong with Black America now, because we are so scared of black person brain failure. We're so scared of the information that is given to us, instead of just thinking like a certain way. It's like, hey, if the economy is bad, what's other, like, can I research, look it for myself, instead of just hearing it from somebody? If I hear it from somebody, but let me see if I can research and look and see what necessary precautions or steps I can take to do it. You get what I'm saying? Instead of just being in the back of the line. Because, I mean, you can be in the back of the line for so long, but people are not going to look at you no more. Like, if you're in the back line, if you've never been in the front line, if you just trying to be in the front line for arrogance but no credentials, I'm not going to pay. I think you're a weak leader. Same thing like that white man. I think you're a weak leader, because you just coming off here. I do it. But haven't seen your background. You're like, what makes you effective leader? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just coming out the big, you know what I'm saying? Like, with black people, they just want it. Like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna get the money, but you don't know what to do with the money. You haven't been tested. That's why you blow your money fast. You get what I'm saying? It's all that plays in.
They don't know how to manage.
They don't know how to manage for it.
They don't know how to manage. They don't know how to manage. A lot of people don't know how to manage their finances.
They don't know how to manage their life either.
I mean, even if you look at it, some jobs you are underpaid, you need to be paid more. Some of the wages, yes, that's true. But it is what it is. So right there, you need to look at it. You either the type of person that's going to look at it. For instance, I could be sitting here right now. Get ready. Me and you could be having an argument or something. I don't have a weapon on me at all. But I could be like, so what you think I'm gonna do? And put my hand right here.
Oh yeah.
It's an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna either follow my lead, backpedal, take off running, or this or that, or call my bluff. It's the same thing in life. If they say, well, we're gonna pay you $12 an hour, I'm like, okay, thank you, sir. And once you go to work, they'll be like, what? I'm gonna make the 12 work. And then just like this here, maybe before then, whenever God blesses it, whatever, but at some point in time, it's gonna be where it's gonna be at. And then somebody will be like, man, I had no idea. I work with them guys. What the hell? And then they're gonna be like, Tion's still back there? They're gonna be like, man, he been left. Here's the avenue, he been left. He don't need this no more. Bless you. And that being said right there is that person that's looking for him is one that's still stuck in the mud.
That's why I say everybody that's in your group, like, you got to accept it for what it is. Whoever around you, or everybody is not on the same playing field.
That's where the blacks are. We stuck in the mud as a race, stuck in the mud. Mm-hmm. Just like you were saying, the kind of person you are, the kind of person I am. You throw me out there with a bunch of wolves, I'll be leading the pack by the next week. Because, period, you can either eat or be eaten. Drop me off in the jungle, buck naked in the middle of the jungle. Give me 30 days. I have a house, clothes, whatever. Or die. See, that's the whole point of the black race. We're killing each other. We're jealous of this person, that person. We don't want to get to a point to where I say, yo, where my success is y'all success. His success is our success. Right. People don't do that. Mm-hmm. Where this goes is where us four take it. I can't be like, well, where I go is where it's going to take it. Well, I do this. No. And that's why I got everybody that had their own strength to do stuff. Because, I mean, I can write an email and read this or do this, but I don't do what you do or what he do. I mean, I can research and this or that, but not as much as I know he do. Mm-hmm. So at point now, great marketing. I'm pretty all shit. Me, gift for gab, whatever, marketing out there. So everybody has their thing, and all together as one, it's like 4 tires. My whole thing is 4 tires. You need 4 tires to run that car out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I need 4 people, including myself, to make this work. Period. Everybody has their own thing. You don't have to worry about it selling or this or getting out to the world because we can get it done. I don't got to worry about it being on the screen because you're going to take care of that. Mm-hmm. Hey, Darren, find out when it's President Obama's birthday. He got that. He sent it to me. Oh, his birthday is this. It works 4 tires. If one going down, the car ain't going nowhere. You can try it, but it's going to be unbalanced. And that's where we at as a black race. Mm-hmm. There's some people that come out the mud and take off. And there's some people that stay. And then that one that's trying to take off running, you got somebody black like, oh, them on. Yeah. Get Derwin.
Oh, it's going to be hard to get me.
But the point that's what we do. That's what we do. We argue at each other, stab each other in the back, do this and do that, all that stuff. Why? And then we get mad at Trump and all of them. Yes, he's ignorant. But just reverse it. If I'm sitting up there, I'm a billionaire, whatever, I'm gonna help people because I'm not the type of person who's gonna trample people that's down there. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if you don't want to, if you're a liability and you continue to want to be a liability, what you expect me to do? And that's all Trump doing.
So I got one question. All right, so it's kind of in tangent to the question he kind of asked you earlier about what can we do as a ethnic group? What can we do, right? So the question I want to pose is, do we lend a helping hand or do we help ourselves?
It depends. We got to help ourselves first before we help anyone else. But it depends how much we need help for ourselves first.
Yeah, I guess if we strengthening ourselves to help others. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's it's some things that we could do now, but as far as like what we're doing here and get to a certain point, because it'll be a certain point, especially when people start donating or want to do this, be like, why should I? But see, one thing that I always do when I play ball or anything, not too many people ask me questions because you can look at it, period. Now, they ask something they actually don't know, and then I say it. Well, yeah, we do this and that. But the first thing that anybody does, period, is look for themselves, especially if they put any money in it or do this or that. That goes all the way back to what we draw. People going to listen to us, that respect us as people. We get to a point to help, and we can save maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. Then you got some people that's been talked to for years and they still stuck in the mud. I mean, just like we was out there trying to move the car. They had front wheel drive, but we trying to do it from the wrong end and stuck in the mud and we got dirty. So basically, I use that to say, all right, I can't come help you because I'm going to end up like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I give you a hand, you can come to where I'm at or meet you halfway, but I can't come where you are. Right. That's where we at as black people.
Because, like I said, it's crabs in the bucket.
Crabs in the bucket. You got, because we got, and one thing real short is that we complain about what the white man do. But if you look around with these riots and everything's happening, we got plenty of black senators. We got plenty of black governors, women or men, black police chiefs. We got plenty of people, blacks, that are doing well. Right. So what are we running around up and down the street for, saying blacks getting treated badly? Open your eyes. We got plenty of blacks in positions. Yeah. But some of them should do more than what they can do. But then I have to sit back and put myself in their shoes. Like, okay, in that little area there, all they want to do is fight and shoot and sell dope.
There's nothing it's basically what it is with that. There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do, and it's a turning wheel. So the thing about this is,
we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, but a closing thought is, you got everybody benefits from everything. The black person is the pawn on the chessboard. Is the pawns. All the people in the back, king, queen, bishop, all that is authority figures, government people, or whatever. You could either be on the front line, on a chessboard, or the back line. And if you know about chess, the back line is the most powerful. Mm-hmm. But if somebody don't know chess or don't have an idea, good luck in trying to figure that out what I just said. But so, long story short, that's where we at with our black race. We're going to do what we can do. We can't go where you are, but we can meet you halfway. So, any final thoughts? Not you.
So going back to what you...
I told
so like...
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And now going back to what you said about we'll meet you halfway, you're right. I hope that when we meet them halfway, I hope they can pull up their own shoes and be like, okay, I like this idea. I'm going to keep doing it for myself now that you helped me.
Yeah. See? Yeah, whatever they do. If it's something that you did and I like, you motivated me and I did this. Or I saw how you did playing basketball. I'm playing basketball. Here, I don't care what you do. Right. If anything I can do positive or something good to make you do something good, I'm all for it. Yes, period. But at the same time, and one last thing, what I always say about the quietest person, the loudest person is usually the weakest one, or probably full of shit. Because what you got to prove? I ain't got to prove that the way I'm gonna prove that we gonna be on top of the world. Other things, God's world, but here, out there, is you gonna see it. I only tell y'all that's where we going, and everybody else is gonna see it. Y'all needed to know this is what I see, what I'm gonna be there. If that's the finish line there, I'm gonna be there by 6 months, whatever, next year. I'm gonna be right there.